doing well. I'm enjoying this spring, this beautiful spring. Tonight, I want to share with you some interesting stuff about Gann technical analysis. And what is Gann? The spelling is G-A-N-N. It's a technical analysis system created by Mr. William Delbert Gann something like 100 years ago, and it's one of the most beautiful technical systems I have ever seen in forecasting. It's a modeling, and it's one of the less traveled ways in finance. First of all, I have to say that as a disclaimer, this video is a kind of weekend type webinars, and it's not one of the official webinars of Kalo Financials. I just want to share with you this beautiful technical analysis system. And I'm not promoting this. I'm not telling you what to buy or what to sell. We just want to have a discussion about this technical system. Okay. And this video is just a short overview of the system. I'm not going to details because it takes a while. The system is sophisticated and multidimensional. So I just show you how to draw some simple lines, support lines, resistance lines. And if you are interested, we can dive deeper. And again, I'm not saying to buy anything. I just share with you the oil prices as a prototype. And the platform I'm using is MetaTrader 4. MetaTrader 5 is in the marketplace, but I'm kind of old school guy, so I'm using MetaTrader 4. Okay, let's begin. Okay. This is the system I'm talking about. It's consisted of some support and resistance lines and some angles. And this is the oil. And let me make it larger so you can see how beautifully during the and each candle is representing 1 month. So you see how beautifully this top and this bottom is covered by this support and by this resistance line. The whole idea of Gann is to forecast future based on what has happened in the past. You know, there is a philosophical background here, and the assumption is future is nothing but the repetition of the past, but in a different scale. And the support and resistance lines provide some limitations to what's going to happen in future. So in this chart, all the lines are projected based on this period from December 31st, 1998 to December 31st, 2006. So this is the base of the projection, and these are the projection lines. This is the monthly time frame. There are other time frames. This is the weekly time frame, and this is the daily time frame. These 3 time frames are the classic time frames Mr. Gann used to use when he was doing trading in Wall Street market. But right now, because of technology, we have access to lower time frames. Even we have access to M1 time frames, but they are not classic. So I just stick to what Mr. Gann was doing. So let's focus on monthly, weekly, and daily. Okay. So as I said, the basis of this system is, the basis of this system, the basics of this system is future is nothing but the repetition of the past. So at the end of the day, time is an illusion, and when the truth is distorted, the concept of time is created. So, and the price is one of the most beautiful phenomena happens when this distortion happens. Okay, I just want to show you how to draw Gann lines. But before I start showing you how to draw Gann lines, I just want to share with you the concept of coordination in Gann system of trading. You know, in Gann trading, where we need to coordinate 3 time frames to make a decision. So if you see a signal in the marketplace, and again, in this presentation, I'm not giving you any buying or selling signal. You have to check that in 3 time frames: monthly, weekly, and daily, classically. Or if you want to use other time frames, you need 3 different time frames for the coordination. In this case, you see last week, the oil price was, let me see, the top was, the highest price was 41.84, and it was on March 22nd. So March 22nd, we had a peak in oil price. Let's start with the monthly time frame. You see this peak here, and how beautifully this Gann line has blocked the price. This is the monthly time frame. Let's go to the weekly time frame. This is the weekly time frame, and you see again this line 42 is blocking the price. So classically, you have to coordinate 3 time frames to start a position. So it's not a strong signal, but I trusted that, and I entered into the sell position at this price, 41.84, and I'm still in the sell position, but I think I close it as soon as possible. Anyways, again, this is not a signal. I'm just showing the technique with you. I'm not saying anything about buying, selling, and I'm not licensed to give advice about oil, or we are just licensed to sell segregated funds. So this is just for the sake of curiosity and just for illustration purposes, and it's absolutely relevant to what we offer in KL Financials. Okay, and what else I wanted to share with you before I go to drawing? Okay, let's start the drawing. Okay, here's all. Okay, this is the monthly chart. Okay. So I just want to show you how I made this chart. The classic Gann system says, let's find the highest high, which is here, and the lowest low, in a trend. So let's imagine this is the highest high and this is the lowest low. So let me check what is this is. Okay. So this is a trend you see. From here, you can see an Elliot wave. You need to know a little bit about Elliot waves before starting the Gann system of analysis, because the Gann definition of a trend is so simple. He just says just the highest high and the lowest low for recognition of a trend. But Elliot is more precise in terms of how a trend is made. So for the sake of simplicity, let's say it's a trend. This is the trend starts here and ends here. So what I do is I just put this uptrend into a box. I want to be precise, so just let go, and the high is 14727. 4727, and the low is 1035. Okay. Now this is the base of our forecast. What we need is we need to project. I just use this tool to make some projections, and I use Fibonacci, but it's absolutely irrelevant to Fibonacci. I just use Fibonacci lines to split the box, just the 50% line of Fibonacci, and I can use any other tool. So I'm not talking about Fibonacci, it's just helps me to make it into two boxes. Okay, now we draw the lines. Some lines are important in Gann system. This is called 1 by 1. This is called 1 by 2. And this is called 1 by 3. And the next important line is 1 by 4. For some reasons, Mr. Gann says 1 by 5, 1 by 6, 1 by 7 are not important, and 1 by 8 is important again. This is the uptrend, and then we are exposed to the downtrend. So it's a new trend, so this is 1 by 1. Okay, and okay, this is 1 by 4 and this is 1 by 8. 1 by 16 is again important, especially this month. It was very important, and it was covering the bottom of the price like 2 months ago here. So this is a very simple example of Gann angles. There are for sure other sophisticated terminologies and sophisticated systems to draw a Gann angle. Some angles are not complete, and incomplete angles are called. But this is a very simple, classic example of what Mr. Gann is saying. Okay. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this very short illustration of what Mr. Gann said. I think technical analysis is one of the forgotten heavens in finance, and my dream is in future to make a portfolio and just focus on technical analysis. People are exaggerating about fundamental analysis, but I think technical analysis is the best. And William Delbert Gann's system of trading is a perfect fit as a technical analysis system. You don't need to be perfect when you do trading or you're involved with finance. Mr. Gann says the man who is right 6 out of 10 can make a fortune. So when it comes to finance and when it comes to money management, you don't need to be perfect. Just you have to be open-minded and learn. Because if you want to be fanatic and if you want to be stubborn, uh, when you are managing the money, the bottom line would be lost. Thank you and have a good weekend. Bye now.